Have you ever felt nervous speaking in front of others? Do you want to have confidence on command? Well, you're not alone. Up to 85% of people in business say that they're sometimes feeling nervous when they're speaking or presenting in front of others. This can happen to everyone, even those who are earning $4 million a year on the public speaking circuit, like Scott Galloway, who's had panic attacks on stage on 3 different occasions. In this video, I unpack my BMW 3-step method that will help you tackle body, mind, and words to become a truly confident speaker. This method works for everyone. I've used it with 300 CEOs, and I use it myself. 9 years ago, I was on stage. It was an important talk for me, but I completely blanked. I didn't know for the life of me what I was going to say next. So I stumbled. There were long seconds of silence. It was super awkward. In that moment, I decided I need to tackle this. I need to understand how to stay confident on stage and never freeze up again. That's why I developed this method. We're going to tackle the sources of your nervousness. We're going to look at the skills needed to be confident on command. We're going to look at strategies that will help you become a truly confident speaker and person. So first, let's look at the sources of your nervousness. What is holding you back? The first possibility is that someone's given you bad advice, like act naturally, just be yourself. Well, it doesn't work because speaking in front of others is an unnatural situation, so trying to act naturally just doesn't work. Or someone told you to act like the audience is naked. Who came up with this? I don't know. Again, it doesn't work. Complete nonsense. And this is the worst of all. Fake it till you make it. This is so bad for 2 reasons. First of all, people who run stuff see right through it. And secondly, you're already lacking confidence. Now you're telling yourself you're fake as well. So this double whammy usually backfires. It's way better to face it and ace it and develop the skills necessary that we speak about in this video and become a truly confident speaker. The second thing that's holding people back is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real. Up to 70% of people in business say sometimes they feel like an imposter. And for 30%, it's a pretty regular occurrence. So almost 1 in 3 people around us has imposter syndrome on a regular basis. So this is real. And you may think this is linked to age or gender or seniority. It's not. Tom Hanks, for instance, says he feels like a fraud. And think about it. You have a tall, straight, white, old, rich, famous guy says he has imposter syndrome. No, it's not about that. It is about perfectionism and negative self-talk. So if you talk to yourself in a negative way on a regular basis, if you admit to being a perfectionist, you may also have imposter syndrome. So these things usually come together. And it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. If your bar is so high that you want to be perfect at everything you do, of course that's not possible. So you feel like a failure and you think, well, I shouldn't be here in the first place. I'm an imposter. So keep this in mind. In communications, it's not about perfection. There is no perfect video, no perfect presentation, no perfect speech, but there is connection. So think about connection, not perfection. And here are a couple of sentences you could use in order to tackle your imposter syndrome. And I don't mean to diminish this. I know this can be a serious condition for some people, but this may already help. First, the goal isn't perfection, it's connection. So whenever you think, oh, this isn't perfect yet, think about the connection part, because you lose the connection if you focus too much on performance. And secondly, if only one person in the audience finds this valuable and useful, it's already worth it. So you show up to give and not to get. The third thing that may hold you back are limiting beliefs. You may say, I'm not a natural, I'm an introvert, I'm not good at this. To which I would say, you're not good at this yet. It doesn't matter whether you're born natural, whether you're an introvert. There are plenty of examples of people who were very awkward, very introverted, and became some of the best communicators anywhere. And I've worked with many of them. And another one that comes to mind is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs started out introverted, awkward, and terrified of public speaking. Before his first TV interview, he says, where's the bathroom? I think I need to throw up.
You need to tell me where the restroom is, too, because I'm deathly ill, actually, and ready to throw up at any moment.
He was that nervous. But of course, he became one of the top communicators, maybe the best business communicator of his generation. How did he do it? Well, by practicing, by getting coaching, by developing the skills, the very skills we talk about on this channel. So which of these three is holding you back? Is it bad advice? Is it imposter syndrome? Is it limiting belief? Tackle it first. Now that we understand the sources of our nervousness, let's look at the skills. The skills needed to become a confident speaker. To be clear, we do not fear speaking. If you sit on a couch with a friend, you're not afraid of speaking. No, what we fear is judgment. So you worried about being judged triggers a fear response, and that's very natural. So there's nothing unnatural about feeling nervous speaking in front of others. Therefore, our goal is to shift your inner state from threat to trust. Trust that you will be okay even if this presentation goes sideways. Trust that you got this, that you're good at this. So think about this. No more fear, trust. So being confident on command is not about feeling nothing or becoming a robot. No, on the contrary. It's about shifting from a negative feeling to a positive feeling, to embrace public speaking and the opportunity it holds for us. And a key skill to do that is knowing how to reset your nervous system. Our environment is predicated on creating stress, emails, notifications, social media, news. We don't want this. So before you speak, before you go into the boardroom and present, make sure that you stay away from all alerts, all social, all emails, all the things that get your heart racing, your blood boiling. We don't want this. This is terrible for your nervous system. We know this. But if you have 5 minutes before you hold a presentation, don't use it to check your email. Instead, do this. And this brings me to my BMW method, body, mind, and words. And the order is important. We want to start with the body. Why? Because nervousness is a physiological fear response, and you want to send your body physiological signals back to alleviate them. What does that mean? Here are 3 things you can do. Sighing and breathing. Wonderful. Breathe in through the nose, exhale through your mouth, and if you practice this, you can do it in a silent way. Very easy to do, takes 2 seconds. I do it every day, many, many times. I live with teenagers. And then breathing. Check out breathing techniques like box breathing. Basically, you can use it to calm down your nervous system and ensure that you don't feel that nervousness again. Another thing you can do is move. If the body doesn't move, it feels trapped, and that can lead to nervousness too. So there's sighing, there's breathing, and there's movement. If you don't move, your body feels trapped, which can lead to nervousness. So if you feel that you're too nervous, go for a walk, go around the block. Nothing energetic, just go for a walk, don't check your phone, and you will see how you calm down. If, however, you feel a lack of energy, maybe you're tired, what you do is inject more energy into your movement. So do some sprints, jump up and down. So movement can be your gas pedal and it can be your brake. So that's the B, body. Second, the mind. And we have to do it after we reset our nervous system. Now we tackle the mind. How do we do this? Again, here are a few things you can try and see what works for you. First of all, power memories. Power memories are great. Essentially, you're going into a board presentation. What you do is remember the last time you nailed a presentation. And that will put you into the right mindset of, I got this. I trust that I can do this. Power memories are powerful. Then you can reframe nervousness as excitement. So rather telling yourself, I'm nervous, don't ever do this, tell yourself, I'm excited. For the brain, it's kind of the same thing. So you want to tell yourself that you're excited about this opportunity. And in general, put yourself into a mindset of, I'm here to give, not to get. Get out of your own head. Make it about the audience, the message you deliver. Don't make it about yourself. And you will see how this mindset shift will help you deliver your message. And lastly, the words, the W in the BMW method. Smart people get this wrong all the time. They focus all their energy on preparing what they want to say. They craft the slides, they think about every word, and they completely forget to practice how to deliver the words. So you need to make sure that 50% of your prep time is dedicated to delivery. And this is where most people trip up. They use scripts. They're trying to script everything they want to say, and then they're trying to memorize it. And that is a terrible idea for a number of reasons. First, it's almost impossible to memorize a script. We are not actors. We don't have time for this. You can't spend 10 hours preparing for a presentation on Monday. And this is where a lot of people in business go wrong. They're trying to script what they want to say. Either they put the script on the slides, which is just full of words and therefore utterly useless, or they script it and then try to memorize it. Both of these terrible ideas. Because a script means that you have to spend an awful lot of time memorizing what you want to say, and then you may forget it and you freeze on stage. This is what happened to me 9 years ago, so don't do it. What to do instead? You use structure. So professional speakers, I and many of the CEOs I work with, we use structure, not scripts. It's faster, it's easier for the audience to follow you, and it makes the preparation and the delivery so much easier. And you probably wonder, where do I find these structure? Well, they're here. 21 storytelling frameworks. It's a guide I've written for you. Click on the link below and it's yours. It includes structures you've probably heard about, like what, so what, now what, or problem, solution, benefit, but there are many more for visions, for change, for innovation, for startup pitches, for any use case you can think of. There will be a structure for you, because not every structure is useful in every context. That's where you need several. So get it. It's super useful. It took me 1,000 hours to compile, and it's yours. We identified the sources, we developed the skills. Now let's look at the strategies that will help you become a truly confident speaker and person. And to do that, we need to define what confidence actually is. So to me, confidence is 4 things. The first one, preparation. If you're not prepared for your presentation, of course you can't be confident. Now, I'm very confident talking about leadership communications, but if you ask me to play the guitar, I'd say I'm not prepared for this. Therefore, I would not be confident on stage playing the guitar. I just haven't prepared for it. Number 2, past successes. The more wins you put on the board, the clearer it is to you, I got this, I'm good at this. So you want to stack successes, which means that you want to volunteer for presentations, you want to practice panel conversations, you want to stand up and speak in meetings as much as you can. And then with these past successes, with this track record, you can look forward to bigger, better opportunities as a speaker and leader. Number 3 is intrinsic self-esteem. Now, this is a bit harder to tackle. You can't just practice more and be good at self-esteem. If you struggle with this, what I would say is this: just focus on this one skill. Forget everything else. Just realize that public speaking and being confident while speaking is a skill, and you can develop the skills. You've developed many skills before. So only focus on this and say to yourself, in the next 6 weeks, I will become a confident speaker. I will study this method. I will practice. I will volunteer. That way, you develop proof, and your intrinsic self-esteem for this particular skill increases. And finally, you need a support system. It's very hard to do on your own, but if you have friendly colleagues, you have a family that supports you, maybe a coach you work with, someone who gives you honest feedback, but also someone who sits in the first row and smiles at you and is your cheerleader when the big day comes. So to become truly confident, on command, tackle everything that's holding you back, then practice the body, mind, and words method so you can switch it on when you need it. Finally, to become truly confident, build proof. Develop long-term confidence because you're actually really good at this. To become confident, you need to become competent. And competent not only in your area of expertise, but also competent in public speaking and presenting and communications in general. If this was useful, please do like and subscribe and grab your 21 storytelling frameworks in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, please subscribe to the Speak Like a CEO channel. It means the world to me and it helps us keep bringing you world-class insights and guests.